I got from my fans after showing them what I can do behind the wheels. That was way back in 2015. I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, and a national champion. What makes it unique is that I'm a two-time lady champion for 2011 and 2018. Yeah, records show that I am the first African woman to win a national championship. So that's big to me, and it has inspired a lot of ladies out there. And it also gives me courage that we can do something as ladies beyond our abilities. Yeah. The courage, you know, they say courage takes a lot, but what it takes is passion. Whenever you have passion towards doing something, you bring out those unique features in you. So as for me, I got the courage out of passion. I was so passionate about fast cars, so I gave it a try, and I hit it. However, along the way, I got inspired by these lady drivers. By then, there were 3 ladies. There was Rose, there was Laila, and then another lady that I do not remember the name. So they pushed me into joining the sport because I knew that it wasn't basically a male-dominated sport. Why I termed it like so? Because we do drive street cars. So if ladies drive street cars, then you try finding out what is so special about the rally car if it's not about speed. And I took it up from there. Manage the speeds, get the skill, get to learn the language that you're supposed to use as you're rallying. This is a sport. Rallying is a sport. So you look out for where your abilities and zeal is. So to me, because I loved fast cars, I see that maybe my heart can be strong enough to sit in that rally car, in that bucket seat, and then try out my luck. Yeah. By the way, I do applaud the lady navigators, the marshals, and all those, the motocross riders. It takes a lot to get into that car. Then why I opted for the driver's seat rather than the navigator's seat, because I think I had the finances and the support from my family. You know, we start small from the navigator's side, maybe to the driver's side, but to me, my major aim was to sit and drive, not to read the pace notes. So because I had support, I had support from the family, I also had the heart. I felt I had the heart by then. Then I would afford the car, so I had to sit in a rally car, driver's side than the navigator's side. To be honest, I was nervous. I do remember this one sprint that was in Garuga. It was organized by a one Ponsiano Raptak. So because he's a proud cooler, a crowd puller, he normally wants fans to come and attend his events. So here was a scenario where he had lady drivers alongside male drivers. So I did contact him after the adverts that were running over the social media, and he assigned me one navigator, Chene Edmond, who has raced with me for quite a long period, and he even offered the car that we were using for training and then the D-Day. So the first time I knew that we were racing, I was a bit nervous because I was racing with a person who had already sat in a bucket seat and she knew what to do. I remember that was Laila. I had at least to ask Edmond, are we safe? Then as they were actually showing us the signs of letting us go, I had to look at my opponent. All that because I was nervous. And in the end, as we set off, I had to run into the tires that were demarcating the lanes. But eventually I had a strong navigator who told me, no, it's okay, let's go, let's go. We maneuvered. So that experience can't go out of my head, yeah, because I was nervous.
Yeah.
Actually, by the time I learned about the three, there was a sprint that was being organized in Lubiri. So over CBS radio, you would hear these advertisements of a race in Lubiri where ladies are going to compete against men and whatever. So this would attract a number of fans, just to come and see how ladies would do it better than the men. So from that, I picked interest. I had to go and watch these ladies. What interested me most were the comments from the fans. These ladies, they are weak, they can't do this. So that comment alone also gave me the adrenaline that, you know what, go and try your luck if you feel that you have the heart. Surprisingly, my journey is interesting. When I picked interest after those adverts, I did not inform my family. So what I did was to contact Mr. Rakataka Ponsiano. I told him about my interest to join motor rallying, blah, blah. Then he welcomed me. So he asked, should I include you in the advertisements that are running over the social media and whatever? I told him, yes, yes. So here is one time we are seated with my husband watching television, and then an advert runs on our television. A sprint, here, ladies are going to versus men, and among the ladies we have Rose Raktaka, Laida Mayanja, SUZAN MUWONGE, and then my husband was like, is that you? I just had to laugh it off and told him yes. So from there, he saw that I had the passion and he supported me till the dot.
Okay.
Remember, by the time you access a driver's license, you have to be 18 and above. So I was an adult by the time I joined racing.
Okay.
Yeah, as a passionate lady, I do jangle around with so many activities. I do fulfill my obligation as a mother. I do fulfill my obligation as a teacher, and other things, activities that come on board. But how I manage all this is through timetabling myself. When you consider the rallying calendar, it runs under 7 events. Among the 7 events, we do have a break when we are going to rally. You will find that if January you went for a race, you will take like 2 or 1.5 months to go back for another race. When you look at the education calendar, it also has 3 months at school, then you go for a break. Then for marriage, that is automatic full time. So I do timetable myself in order to fit in all these activities. But most especially the marriage part of it, I give it more attention and time than anything else, as I have other people on board. Because as far as rallying is concerned, I do have a team that I work with. I have a manager, I have a finance manager, I have a welfare manager, I have a transport manager. I do have different categories of people on my team. So you will find that I have less work, and eventually the navigator. When we go to the education sector, as an educationist, of course I delegate work to other teams, which work hand in hand with me to ensure that the school is run smoothly. Yeah, there are moments when you feel like you are giving up on this whole thing. But in my mind, I have this motto, the struggle continues. It inspires me a lot in that even when you are overwhelmed and you just mention the struggle continues, you get on your feet, do what you are supposed to do, and you see things taking a different course. There was a time when we rolled in Masaka towards the FF. We had just acquired a Subaru N4 from Mr. Ronald Sebuguzi. So it was a bit disheartening,
Just
driving a car the first time, hoping to have a successful race, then eventually you roll. I remember as we crashed, I kept on referring to my husband. Why I kept calling him is because he had just spent money on this car, and here it is crashing. So when we got out, we had to go to the hospital, and then I got stitches on my fingers, and I remember telling my navigator, no, I'm not coming back again. Not because the heart has weakened, no, but because of what we had spent at that particular moment. But I have a strong team, very supportive. By then we had sponsors on board. So we had to rewrite another budget and then get back on our feet. So it was the only incident that has ever happened to me in line with giving up. But at least I had to mention that one statement, the struggle continues. Apparently, I still trust my Subaru. Since I joined racing, it's one car that I have driven. And it has done wonders for me. I became the national champion twice through driving a Subaru. Though trends change, there are so many cars that are trending and are coming on board, powerful, as long as you have the bags, the Ford and whatever. So maybe in future, and I'm still rallying, I will opt for a Ford. Yeah. Thoughts that run in my mind when I'm racing, to be honest, one is to get to the finish line. Two is to put up a record. Maybe for that particular race, if not the race, the route where I am. So things to do with thinking about the family, what is going to happen along the way, no, that is none of my business. I always focus. If I lose focus, then that means I've not come to compete. In competition, we think about winning. We think about getting to the finish line. So if you mix up things, then you get to know that you are just playing for fun, but not competition. I go to compete. Our family comprises of sportsmen. And this comes right from, I will say, my parents, then down to my husband. We are taking it down to our children. I have footballers. I have one who plays rugby. I have riders. So it is a sport family. So when you go out there and stand out, of course it is joy to everybody. And they keep pestering you. When do we go for another event? So in the process of pestering you, you will get to know that that is support from others. And I will take my family as my number one fans alongside those who come on board. My husband has been supportive ever since I joined racing. And he pushes me 100% to attend all the events in a year. It only comes in my mind that now I need a break because of different issues. As a mother, you have to do this, you have to do this. Then you give yourself a break. Then you just tell him, no, I'll go back when it's due. Yeah, but they are very okay with it. Tricky question about the best driver. You know, it's always important to give due respect to everybody who picks up a car and goes racing. It's always, but like football fans, you will always have that one team that you feel that you support. And as for me, Michelle Mountain, yeah, she was good. She had the speed, she had the skill. I keep watching her clips. Yeah, time was when you have somebody to inspire you and you keep referring to her biography and maybe the videos. Yeah, you keep saying to yourself that I can also do that. SUPERLADAY is out there, be it in the sport, be it outside the sport. Whatever you do, one, believe in yourself. Whenever you have belief, you can't fail to get what you want. Two, having passion for what you do. You believe in yourself, you have passion for it, then anything can get into your hands.